Hi everybody, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, April 18th through Sunday, April 24th. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of my subscribers for your continued support. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please like and share and subscribe to my channel. Also check out my monthly forecasts, and in the description box below, there's links to a couple things if you would like to have your chart done. Okay, there's a link there to my website too that will give you a little bit more things to choose from, let's put it that way. So, there are a bunch of aspects on Monday, April 18th, and then the next one is until Sunday. But this is enough actually for this to carry on maybe a day or two after Monday, even maybe the day before. But okay, so the major aspects for this week on Monday, April 18th. Okay, Mercury in Taurus sextiles Venus in Pisces. And also on this day, Mercury in Taurus conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. And also on this day, Venus in Pisces sextiles Uranus in Taurus, and then the Sun in Aries squares Pluto in Capricorn. So there's this interaction between Mercury and Taurus and Venus in Pisces. So actually a really nice combination, but I'll get to that when I get to everyone's individual forecast. So on Wednesday, the 20th, the Sun does move into Taurus, okay? And on Sunday, April 24th, again, Mercury in Taurus sextiles Neptune in Pisces, and also Mercury in Taurus squares Saturn in Aquarius. So, whatever sign comes up next, we'll get right to it. Okay, so for Aquarius, on Monday, April 18th, Mercury in Taurus in your 4th house sextiles Venus transiting in your 2nd house of Pisces. On the same day, Mercury again in Taurus in your 4th house conjuncts Uranus in Taurus in your 4th house. Also on this day, Venus in Pisces in your 2nd house sextiles Uranus transiting in your 4th house of Taurus, okay, and the Sun in Aries in your 3rd house squares Pluto transiting in your 12th house of Capricorn. So it's a busy day, but it looks like the main interaction is between your 2nd and 4th house. Your 2nd, where you have Pisces, is your earned income, your worldly possessions, your valuables, your personal values, but it's how you earn your money. And your 4th house is your home life, your family, but it's where you actually physically live. It's your past, your childhood, your upbringing. But it's basically your family or people you live with, roommate, family, or even if you live alone, whatever. I would think, you know, first of all, having Venus in your 2nd house does attract things to you wherever it's transiting. So the 2nd house is the money house, or Venus-related objects, art, things like that, luxury items. So there could actually be, though, something that you have had your mind, you know, on. You had been planning on purchasing, let's say, for your home, okay? Maybe it's not a luxury item. Maybe it's a necessity even. But it looks like that's what you'll be doing now. You know, something like that. Either making a purchase, or you could possibly be on the receiving end of, you know, a gift of some kind or other. It could be from a family member. It could be something for your family, for your home. But your 4th house is also your personal life, so it could be a personal gift to you. But it could also, again, like, you know, be something that you know, you would like to use in your home. Now, these aspects between Taurus and Pisces going on here with Mercury and Venus together, you know, I'd have to say there's some really pleasant conversations going on right now about your personal life or your home life, your family. You know, to me it looks like, especially this Mercury conjunct Uranus on the same day, this is a sudden conversation or communication even from someone, even yourself. You could blurt out something at this time. Could possibly be a little bit of a secret though, just because on the very same day, the sun in Aries in your 3rd house, okay, big communication house, right, squares Pluto in your 12th house of secrets and behind the scenes actions taken by you or someone else. You know, Pluto's been here for a long time. So you could be the holder of many secrets even. People seem to, or compelled to, you know, just blurt out whatever to you at this time. And maybe you may accidentally blurt out something at this time to a family member or about a family member or something really personal about yourself. So you might want to keep an eye on that. You know, the 3rd house, though, being communications, verbal and written. So you could even, you know, accidentally receive information, let's say like from a neighbor, or just going about the normal course of your day where somebody just hits you with a whammy of some kind, you know, some kind of news that you're like, what, you know. Or you could receive some kind of postal letter, something in the regular postal mail, or an email, or text message, voicemail, something like that. Some kind of communication that wasn't planned happening on this day. So you might want to keep that in mind. But to me, you know, it seems to be revolving around love, feelings of love, or you know, somebody could just reveal their feelings for you at this time, but did not plan on doing that at all. Or somebody could let you know that someone has the hots for you or something, and but no one was supposed to know about it. Okay. Anyways, on Sunday, April 24th, Mercury in Taurus in your 4th house sextiles Neptune in Pisces in your 2nd house. On the same day, Mercury in Taurus squares Saturn in your 1st house, okay, in Aquarius. So these are still really nice aspects. You know, this transit from Mercury in your 4th house to your 2nd house, where you have Neptune transiting, brings about a little bit of a less worldly outlook on, you know, monetary things, money, belongings, possessions, things like that. You may even share whatever it is that you have on this day, or even give away something possibly that, you know, either it doesn't matter if you don't use it anymore or you do. You just feel compelled for some reason to share whatever it is that you have on this day, okay? This Mercury square Saturn in your 1st house could make you feel a little bit like you are like a little bit more blessed than someone, and you might feel a little bit guilty about that for like a minute or two, and maybe that is why you're you know, being as generous as you are. You're normally generous anyway, but it's just, you know, you feel, like I said, compelled to do something, okay, to help someone out in some way. Okay, so for Gemini, on Monday, April 18th, Mercury in Taurus in your, let's see here, your 12th house, sextiles Venus transiting in your 10th house of Pisces. On the same day, Mercury in Taurus in your 12th house conjuncts Uranus transiting in your 12th house of Taurus. Venus on the same day, okay, Venus and Pisces in your 10th house sextiles Uranus transiting in your 12th house of Taurus. And also on this day, the Sun in Aries in your 11th house squares Pluto transiting in your 8th house of Capricorn. So we've got your 10th house of your career, okay, where you have Pisces. This is your most public house in your chart. This is how you are viewed and spoken about publicly. This is regarding your professional and personal life. Your 12th house, where you have the sign of Taurus and Mercury and Uranus transiting right now, is the house of secrets, confidences, many things. The subconscious mind, even just having the planet Uranus here does have like wild ideas just pop into your head. out of the blue and very kind of possibly vivid dreams. Anyways, though, this like acting in secret, acting behind the scenes. You could be doing something or other that you're just not blasting out to the world, letting everybody know what you're doing, but it isn't like a real big secret. Or you could actually be doing something behind the scenes that is a secret. And this could possibly be in regards to your career right now. You know, I just kind of want to say, you know, because Neptune is also transiting here in the 10th house, and I've mentioned many times about maybe a little bit of confusion in regards to what direction you're going to go in your career, and maybe not kind of like being disillusioned about your career, your chosen career path that you've had, you know, for many, many years. Maybe it's time to change that. But I do have to point out, okay, the interaction between this Venus and Mercury and the planet Uranus and all that together is, to me, it looks like it's in regards to love of some kind or some kind of affection. And this is brought about suddenly and unexpectedly due to this Mercury conjunct Uranus, okay? And to me, it looks like someone that you work with, and it could even be your boss, okay, could hit on you at this time, totally taking you off guard. Whether you like that or you don't or whatever, that's up to you. You know, maybe you're both sending off vibes, you know, something or other. Or somebody could profess like love or admiration for you publicly in some way, even if it's like just in a post on social media. But it could come totally out of the blue, could take you by surprise, okay? And if it's not a love and affection, it's praise of some kind, you know, something in that line, okay? Now, there could actually, though, be, okay, maybe you are having some kind of, let's say, secret affair, and it could be with your boss or a colleague or someone, anyone that everybody would know if you were to mention their name. Okay, so it's kind of, they're kind of like a public figure in a way, and maybe you are too. So people would be interested out of curiosity in your relationship. Okay, so this is a secret, but something could accidentally be blurted out at this time. This Mercury conjunct Uranus is in your 12th house, so you may actually slip when you're talking, and especially watch when you're posting on social media, okay, something or other. It just, you may blurt out or just say something that infers that you are, you're involved with someone, and it's a secret, okay? Because on the same day now, the Sun is in Aries in your 11th house, squaring Pluto in your 8th house, where you have Capricorn. Okay, now the 11th house is your friends and any kind of group or organization that you belong to, but it is social. It's your most sociable house, and it is social media. And something like this could come out at this time. Now, this square to your 8th house where you have Pluto, it could affect your 8th house is a money house among many, many other things. You know, it could affect how, you know, any kind of perks or whatever that you may possibly get from your job. Any kind of, and not just from, you know, knowing your boss or, you know, being in good with colleagues or something like that. It's you earned them. You earned them, okay? But it's just something that you may say or do to a friend or on social media where they, you know, really, they tuck this information away and save it for later to come back to possibly use against you in some way or other. It's something that may come back to bite you in the ass, okay? So on Sunday, April 24th, Mercury in Taurus in your 12th house sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 10th house of Pisces. And on the same day, Mercury again in your 12th house in Taurus squares Saturn, transiting in your 9th house of Aquarius. So this really isn't too bad. You know, you've got that very nice sextile from your 12th house behind the scenes to Neptune in your 10th house of your career. This is sometimes a conversation in confidence with someone who can help you with your career. In fact, a lot of these, those aspects on Monday are also the same thing, okay? Perhaps secret discussions in regards to a new position even. You know, now this square to Saturn in your 9th house could be that whatever you're discussing may require travel. Maybe you're not able to do that, or you don't want to do that. It could require you to learn something, you know, that maybe, you know, you feel you already know enough. You know, you don't need a refresher course or whatever. Could be anything, or it could be just a difference of opinion with someone, you know, having to possibly work closely with someone that you really secretly don't really care for, but you have to get along with them, okay? Because you're like complete opposites, though. You don't see eye to eye on much of anything, okay? So, for Virgo, okay, on Monday, Monday, April 18th, Mercury in Taurus in your 9th house, sextiles Venus transiting in your 7th house of Pisces. On the same day, Mercury in Taurus in your 9th house conjuncts Uranus, transiting in Taurus in your 9th house. Also on this day, Venus in Pisces in your 7th house sextiles Uranus, transiting in your 9th house of Taurus. And on this day also, the Sun in Aries in your 8th house squares Pluto, transiting in your 5th house of Capricorn. So we've got all these aspects between Pisces and Taurus. Okay, Taurus in your 9th, Pisces in your 7th. So your 7th house is your relationships, close relationships and partnerships and arrangements and agreements. This is a business partner, romantic partner, or a close friend. Okay, this is also the house of lawyers, consultants of any kind, professionals, you know, things like that. Now, Pisces is your opposite sign, okay, but it's not a very big deal at this time. You know, Mars has moved into this area, so it has started to pick up a little bit. Maybe somewhere down the line it'll start to bother you, okay? But for now, you know, you've got Venus here making these really nice aspects that are more like communication, okay? 9th house is long distance communication and travel. It's many, many things, okay? But I would have to say that you are in touch with someone possibly who lives at a distance. Could be a long-distance romance just due to the fact that you've got a square from the Sun in Aries to Pluto in your 5th house of romance, but we'll get to that in a minute. But these are like really good communications. They're sometimes this is like a sudden, very, well, I'd have to say a sudden opportunity to travel even for you. And it could be, again, long distance. It doesn't have to be, but just that Mercury conjunct Uranus in your 9th house. Okay, but it could also be a communication of some kind that surprises you, or it could be either you could be on the receiving end or sending end, or just be in a normal everyday conversation with someone, possibly like on the phone, and blurt out something or other, or you know, whomever you're speaking to, they may do the same thing that you didn't really plan on saying, you know, but these are good things. It's almost like revealing your true feelings for each other, I would have to say, you know, because this is coming from your house of partnerships, okay, where you have Pisces. So to me it looks like some kind of long distance communication in regards to your relationship with somebody, and it looks like it's really good, and you could even come to some kind of arrangement where maybe there was a slight problem with the long distance part of it, you know, so maybe you're making plans to shorten that distance or spend more time together somehow or other. Okay, but it looks, you know, because that's where all the activity is for you right now in your 7th house, and it's not going to go away anytime soon because Mars is here, and that's really energizing this area. So you're going to have to turn your attention here anyway. But to me, this looks like something really nice. It was unexpected. You hadn't planned on saying this, or this person had not planned on saying this to you. It could also be, though, you know, even some kind of communication you could possibly get in the regular postal mail or an email, but it's good news. It's good news, okay? On the same day, though, this Sun in your 8th house of Aries. 8th house is partnerships, property that you may own with someone else. It's also other people's money and resources, many things, okay? But I would have to say, you know, the square to Pluto in your 5th house of romance, just because you have all these planets in your 7th house of relationships, there could be, you know, something where very minor, where you're trying to figure out just about how much you're willing to, let's say, spend, maybe even to travel to see somebody, this romance, okay, romantic partner, or it could even be, it could be creative, a creative collaboration, you know, some kind of, you know, arrangement like that. It doesn't always have to be romance, but to me it kind of looks like it is, though, okay? So on Sunday, April 24th, Mercury in Taurus in your 9th house sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 7th house of Pisces. And on the same day, Mercury in Taurus in your 9th house squares Saturn, transiting in your 6th house of Aquarius. So I would just have to say that maybe there's a possibility that you have to work this day, or you have to do something for someone else. Maybe you said you were going to take so-and-so to the, I don't know, the store, or do some kind of errand where you're doing this for someone else. But or you could have to work that day, even though maybe you have plans with your close partner, you know, your friend, your romantic partner, or business partner. So it's not like a very big deal. But we're still on the issue of, you know, Mercury in your 9th house doing all these really nice transits for you. So a lot of communications going on here. Some of them are long distance. Okay, for Sagittarius, on Monday, April 18th, Mercury in Taurus in your 6th house sextiles Venus, transiting in your 4th house of Pisces. And also on this day, Mercury in Taurus in your 6th house conjuncts Uranus, transiting in your 6th house of Taurus. And also on this day, okay, Venus in Pisces in your 4th house sextiles Uranus, transiting in your 6th house of Taurus. And then Sunday, same day, Sun in Aries in your 5th house squares Pluto, transiting in your 2nd house of Capricorn. So back and forth between your 6th and your 4th house with Venus and Mercury and whatever, okay? So your 6th house, to me, it looks like, okay, it's the workplace, more or less. It's the kind of work that you do, okay? Even if you don't work at all, or you're retired or something, there's still something that you're more than likely working on. It's like some kind of side venture, even if it is like a hobby, you know, it's something for fun, but you have in mind that you're going to make money from it, right? So you probably already have already started this, okay? Especially with like these planets in your 4th house of your home life, your family. That's where you physically live. So having Jupiter here even briefly, because it hasn't been here for like a really long time, but it makes you make changes within your physical area to make room for, you know, possibly something like this, an area where you can work. So it kind of looks like that. It's that way, you know, working from home or whatever, or starting your own business from your home. But also because Venus is here, you know, in a couple of these transits, I'd have to say that you're working on something that beautifies. It's either something tangible that you can touch, or it's something that you've written or are, you know, producing. There's many possibilities here for whatever you could be doing, but it's something really creative. Now, having Mercury conjunct Uranus in your 6th house could be also lots of different things, okay? This is a sudden conversation possibly with someone that you work with. So, it could even be with like a manager or a higher up or someone like that, or someone within your company that brings about some new opportunity for you from like totally out of the blue. Or you could be having just like a normal everyday conversation with a coworker and you both decide to go into business together. Something like that, you know what I mean? And or you could be asked to join something, but it's Venus related. For now, I think it's Venus related. It's meaning it's the arts or something beautiful. It's you know, it's not something real boring. Let's put it that way. As far as work goes, okay. Now, there's also a possibility that somebody could blurt out, and you could be the one that does this, that you have feelings for someone that you work with, okay? Or someone could do this to you. You know, might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, maybe not. You know, it could be something like that, or it could be even something in regards to the workplace or your company or something like that. Some kind of little bit of a secret that maybe not everyone knew about. But it's a sudden communication from someone more than likely related to your profession, your career or something. Or someone, even though from your past, all the way back to even childhood, people are starting to come back into your life in droves. Like zombies, they won't die, okay? Because some of them you really want to see, and not everyone that comes back into your life is someone you want there, right? There's a reason they're in your past. We'll get to that somewhere down the line, okay? But anyways, on the same day, the Sun in Aries in your 5th house squares Pluto transiting in your 2nd house of money, okay, income. So I would have to say, you know, the 5th house is the house of fun, the house of romance, the house of creativity, okay? The square to your Pluto in your 2nd house is just, you know, Pluto's letting you know you don't have the money to be doing all this stuff. You know, make wise choices when it comes to your idea of fun, or even gambling and speculation, because that's another 5th house thing, and it's also a Sagittarian trait, okay? So it could just be, you know, you're pulling the reins in there. You know, you're not able to spend as much as you want, but it doesn't look like a very big deal to me. But what it is, you know, spending money to have a good time. You're not able to spend as much as you wanted. So on Sunday, April 24th, Mercury in Taurus in your 6th house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 4th house of Pisces. And also on this day, Mercury in Taurus in your 6th house squares Saturn, transiting in your 3rd house of Aquarius. So, you know, we're back to your 6th house again. And, you know, I'd have to say 4th house is family, okay? Also, or the people you live with, you know, like a roommate or something like that. But basically family. And your 6th house is also the house of service, such as helping other people. It doesn't necessarily have to be family. But the 3rd house is like your everyday life, the people you would normally encounter throughout the normal course of your day. And this could be like neighbors, but it's also like siblings and cousins, like, you know, just the people around you. And on this day, it looks like maybe somebody, you know, I don't know, pops in on you in your home, wants to spend the day with you, even though you really aren't up for it, or someone wants to, I don't know, get together at your place or at their place. But it could be to, they could ask you for help of some kind, you know, but it could be to help them with something like in their home. Okay, could be yours, but to me, it would look like somebody's just, you know, showing up at your door, just plopping themselves on your doorstep and like making you stop whatever it is you're doing for that day. You know, the plans, you know, people just show up, and that's very rude. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. Not too big of a deal, but could be a little bit of a teensy pain in the ass.